Hello there, H+III+T, it's a boot that dang on time. Y'all, I don't know if the camera's focused, so if it's like friggin' like blurrier than a Robin Thicke line, then the situation will handle itself, just kind of bear with me. But I think I got to focus. So, no Ford, because I said focus. Okay, y'all, let's just take a second and think about that string of puns right there. Okay, blurred lines, Robin Thicke. Okay, then Ford focus. Y'all, the pun game is in the stratosphere right now. Like, I think it just shot past the Hubble spaceship. I just want to throw that out there, but that's a basket of neither here nor there. So, episode dang on 9 of the Gundam Wing review. Dang, 9 already? Yeah. Episode 9. If you haven't already watched episode 9 of Gundam Wing, go ahead and check that out, and we will be right here when you get back. So go ahead and check it out. Yep. While we're waiting for them to go check it out, two quick things I want to say. One thing I'm going to talk about again in Survey Sunday tomorrow, but the first thing is, I don't know if I'm just late, but have you noticed that, like, there's, like, 1 billion people who have uploaded every episode of Gundam Wing? When did that happen? Like, I remember when, like, we, like, first started, like, episode 3, like, they had, like, all been taken off YouTube, but, like, a group of people, I guess freaking... Maybe it's the Oz organization. Maybe they're freaking real and Trey's just ordered Lady Un to put all the episodes of Gundam Wing back on YouTube. So yeah, you guys don't even have to go to the shady websites anymore. Just type it into YouTube. Now they might not be there any longer because I kind of just said it and I think Google watches my videos, so I might have just snitched on them. But for now, they're all on there, so do what you gotta do if you know what I mean. Yeah. But that's a basket neither here nor there. Oh, and the second thing is, I posted a video, I think Wednesday or Tuesday or something, I don't know what day it was, and it was a review of Suicide Silence's album, You Can't Stop Me. And I just got a favorite on Twitter from Suicide Silence, so I guess they watched the video. That's freaking awesome. I really hope that they didn't, like, watch it, because I talked a lot of trash about that album, so they might not want to be my friend anymore. That's a basket of neither here nor there, and I'm so off topic, my bad. I'm going to assume everybody's back and you've seen episode 9, so let's get into the dang on foolishness. Bitch, y'all thought I was going to punch out every syllable, and I sure freaking did. A messed up syllable, but whatever. Seriously, let's get into episode 9. So, a lot of things happen. I'm going to try and break it down for you. Raza, I know I'm going to miss something, so feel free to leave a comment and fill the holes I didn't get to. But, yeah, so we start out with dang on, basically... You got, dang on, the Tall Geese. The Tall Geese is the really fancy white mobile suit that was basically gifted to, dang on, Zex, guy with the mask. And they've been trying to, like, you know, get it fixed or whatever. And I remember about 3 episodes ago, they said it might take 2 months. So I guess 2 months have passed in the world of Gundam, I suppose. And it's ready now, and it's been like tested and stuff, and basically it effed Otto up. Like, Otto is messed up. And, you know, I kind of like this guy. He's pretty cool, but man, he was taught from the flow up. Like, he was like grabbing his ribs and stuff. I don't know if like somebody told a joke on board and he was like really laughing from that, but he was messed up. Turns out it's from the mobile suit. Apparently, they use some really technical terms that I'm pretty sure are made up. I've never heard of the word V8 system in my life, but that's neither here nor there. But like, yeah, like the system, because the Tall Geese reaches like such high speeds and it's like such a jolt if you like switch directions. You know what I mean? Like a really fast car. Like it like broke his ribs and stuff. You know what I mean? So that's like a really fast mobile suit. And something that I don't think is ever going to be made clear, and maybe another series of Gundam has made that clear, the cockpit. In this particular world of Gundam, there are little cockpits, and they got the little, like, some have joysticks, and some have the little, like, boosty thingy, like, you know what I'm talking about. It's never really explained how it is you pilot a Gundam. We just see some people have little joysticks, and some people have the little thrusty thing. So what it is exactly that makes a Gundam hard to pilot, we don't freaking know. We just kind of go with the story. But again, I'm thinking way too far into this. But that's neither here nor there, as you might have guessed. So Zex is like, oh snap, I'm going to make the very rational decision of my partner them tried it and he broke his ribs. I should try it next. So Zex tries it and he has a friggin' heart attack. And it's just the way they revealed that that's what happened. This is like in the middle of the episode, I know. I'm kind of going out of order, but Zex pilots it, and it's like really crazy, like he's coughing out blood and stuff. He's like, oh snap, I can't do it. And he turns into freaking William Shatner as he's piloting. He's like, these speeds are too much, I don't know if I can handle it. Like, if you're watching the English dub version, it's freaking William Shatner. I know that has to have been like a guest dub there, because I don't know why it got so real for a second, but yeah, so didn't really work out. And then like, he blanks out, and then when they pan back to him, it's like, well, the doctor says you had a heart attack. And it's like, what the freak? He had a heart attack? Like, was it that serious? Otto broke his ribs. Zex had a freaking heart attack. What the jive? But the randomness was just kind of comical to me. Not that it's funny that he had a heart attack, but you know what I mean. So that's like, that was like the main plot of this entire episode, is the adventures of Zex and Talkies. We'll get back to him in a quick second. Let's explore the subplots. One main thing I want to talk about is towards the very beginning, you saw Hiro and Duo are at a school together. Now, did they co-enroll, and why was Katra not there? I don't know, but they're at another boarding school somewhere. Again, not really said where. I'll ask Siri if they say the name of it. But yeah, so they're at this new school and such, and they're, I guess, in a basketball tournament or something. And obviously no one was playing defense, so they must be running the triangle offense. They were probably playing the Knicks because there was no D being played. And it was like 100 to 99, blah, blah, blah. But the main thing I want to talk about is, let's talk about, as far as basketball goes, the bounce pass from Duo between two defenders to get to Hiro, who forces an open lane. I could have sworn that was an offensive foul. I saw him push off with the arm to get to the open lane. Hiro on some freaking Michael Jordan 1990s like freaking Space Jam. Just I thought he was going for the hook shot. This man, one-hander, freaking Dr. J, not the guy with the claw, the actual Dr. J, one-handed windmill, just pah! I was like, yo! Carmelo Anthony needs to take a few lessons from dang on Hiro Yui. That's how you dunk! Obviously, I'm a Knicks fan. I had to bring that into the Gundam world, but that's neither here nor there. I'm not going to get off on my Knicks on here, but yeah, I thought that was a very interesting scene, just to show that they can be normal people too. The freaking side things that they do to show that they're trying to be normal is just hilarious. Now, why they're in a basketball game and they're supposed to be at a school, I don't freaking know. I guess they had time to join the team. Freaking hilarious, but that's neither here nor there. And yeah, so it's really funny, it's really humorous, because they're trying to fit in on some slice of life type stuff, and then freaking Relina shows up, and I'm like, oh come on, we were having a fun moment, we were enjoying, you know, then Relina gonna come and ruin it. Y'all know I don't like Relina, but she comes up, but to her credit, the music they gave her when she came out of the pink Nicki Minaj limo was wonderful. Just like, oh, that soundtrack is bumping. If anybody has that soundtrack, please tell me. Tell me where to freaking get it. The music in this anime is just beautiful. So she shows up, and basically she's on her freaking stalker game again, and she's just like, Hiro, I found you. And Hiro's face is so classic. He's like, oh my freaking gosh, she followed me here. And Duo's reaction is pretty classic too. He's just like, oh, this is who you were talking. Okay. But yeah, so she freaking followed him there, and I guess she's just so distraught over her father's assassination that she's clinging to Hiro for some type of stability. But I gotta go with Duo. It's kind of weird that you're following the person who wants to kill you, but anime, I guess? Also, I just realized, I'm not trying to spoil it for people who haven't watched this entire series, but isn't Hiro supposed to be depressed that he just killed a group of peacemakers? He seemed pretty darn happy in this episode. I guess he's coping well. I mean, so much for the prelude I gave you last episode, but that's neither here nor there. So we get back to, how could I forget this? Dang on, Troa, did with the Bieber swoosh, and Wu Fang are at the circus, not visiting, because remember, Troa is a clown. Yeah. And they're chilling, and that freaking chick that's like Troa's old girl comes up and gives them some food and stuff. She's like, well, you guys sure are quiet. You haven't talked in a while. And they're just like, doing the stoic thing. And then, like, Troa says something, and you think they're about to have, like, a really intelligent, like, strategy conversation. It's just like, hey, well, this Jabba is not that good. I guess Jabba's tea? I don't freaking know. Just like, well, this Jabba's not that good, but here you go. And Wu Fei just out of the freaking blue, I have no right to pilot Nataku. This man offered you tea, and that's what you said? No, no, thank you. No, oh, it's fine. No, I'll take mine with some sugar. I have no right to pilot Nataku. Okay, nobody asked you, but alright. But again, I'm nitpicking. Let's get back to the actual main story at hand. So we go back to Dangon Zex and Tallgeese, and when Zex woke up after the Dangon heart attack, freaking Otto says, okay, well, he's doing all this to try and get over to the Saint Kingdom. And again, there's importance to the Saint Kingdom. I can't say that yet, but I'll get into it in a second. So Otto says, okay, I don't want Zex to be any more hurt than he already is. So I guess for his honor, yes, we're back at honor again. Otto gets inside a Tallgeese, and they go to, he flies over to the Saint Kingdom, and basically on some suicide type stuff, just flies into the Saint Kingdom. Now, Zex wants to protect the Saint Kingdom, and Otto just flew a Gundam into the side of the building. How that's protecting, I don't know. We'll just throw it up to anime. I would do an auto-suicide count, but he actually died, so that wouldn't be much fun. We'd have to stop at 1. That rhymed, and we've only just begun. Okay, I'm not going to start freestyling. Sorry, y'all. So, Zex goes inside of what's left of the remains of the Saint Kingdom, even though that's what he was trying to protect, but now it's destroyed. But again, that's something there. And he takes off his mask. Big, huge moment for those of you who have not seen this before. This is a huge moment. You're like, oh, snap, that's what he looks like? He kind of looks like a mixture between the late Michael Jackson and Sebastian from Black Butler. Thumbs up if you get that reference. But yeah, and so basically gives his whole backstory in about a minute. He's just like, he's talking to this gigantic painting that looks a lot like Moses, but I guess it's his father, saying, oh, I failed you, I'm supposed to be protecting the kingdom and such, and that's my fault, blah, 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 and I don't know if this is how they explained it or not, but I'm just going to go ahead and put it out there. For those of you who didn't get the importance of this moment, Zex is he's like the heir to the throne, much like me, heir to the throne. But no, yeah, he's like the heir to the Saint Kingdom. His real name is Miliardo Peacecraft, and is part of the Peacecraft monarchy, and they're like the people in charge of the Saint Kingdom. And as you can see by the extremely obvious last name Peacecraft, they're peacemakers. So he's saying, like, I failed you because, like, I joined Oz and blah, blah, blah. But I guess in his mind, he thinks Oz is the right choice. There are so many subplots. It's very hard to keep up with. So I'm trying to explain as much as possible. Also, I'm sorry, it's going to be like 20 minutes this week. But something else that the narrator guy, which, is he a character or is he just the narrator? I don't know. But he explained it, and I actually had to go back because I was so busy jamming to the background music. He was actually saying important stuff. So let me try and catch you up with where we are as far as the factions are right now. Okay, here we go. Okay, so on Earth, like, the Earth Sphere Alliance has been in power, and they basically have, like, global control of the whole world, and they're like the governing system of the Earth. And anytime countries feel some type of way about each other, the Earth Sphere steps in and they handle that. But because of the fact that there's now mobile suits and blah, 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 it became a militaristic reign which turned into a dictatorship. Who that sole power is, I'm not quite sure, but it turned into kind of some bad stuff. And Oz, even though they were giving them the weapons, they were like, okay, well, don't worry, Earth, we're going to save you from that, right? But it turns out that Oz is really just like a new version of the Earth Sphere. So the thing that Oz is trying to fight, they're really becoming themselves. So it's like, are you really doing anything right? Which pretty much like verifies them as the villains here. And that's also why they don't really mess with the colonies like that, because you notice all of this is centered around Earth, so they kind of feel some type of way about the colonies. So again, I know this is hard to keep up with, but leave a comment and me and Razo will try to help you out with it. But yeah, so that's where we are as far as factions go. They showed a picture of a little girl inside of this this freaking photo album that Zex was going through as he had his musty mask off. And it showed a picture of a little girl. Remember that little girl's face? I'm sure a lot of you know who that is, but for those of you who have not seen it, don't spoil it for them in the comments. But remember that little girl, she is very important. I'm trying to think, did anything else happen? Catra was in the desert with his people. They had a little bit of exposition about who Catra is. Hasn't really been explained yet, so I won't go into it. I think that's all that happened. I think those are the important things that happen. So, next episode is super freaking crazy. Like, a lot of stuff is going down in episode 10. So, get ready for that next week because, whoo, stuff is getting real. So, there's a lot of exposition in episode 9, and I hope I clearly explained that. Like, comment, subscribe, H+III+T. This is the dang on Gundam Wing episode review. Share it with your friends, and I'll see you guys tomorrow for Survey Sunday. I'm going to go watch my New York Knicks. They better freaking win tonight's game. They're playing the 76ers and they haven't won a single game. But as long as they use the freaking, like, offense that, like, freaking Duo and Hero were using in that one scene, that freaking cross-court pass to the open lane dunk, as long as they have fast transitional offense like they do in Gundam Wing, my Knicks should be fine. But that's neither here nor there. H+III+T. See y'all later. Yeah.